of Team Gold. Today, I would like to show you how to do a facial show featuring our basic set 2, as well as our facial mask. I'm going to give you wording tips, ideas on how to present the products, and also just some other tips along the way. So grab your notebook and pen, and we will get started. This training video should be about 30 minutes or so, but I just want to really help you out in performance and giving the best show you possibly can to your customers, because we all love BRI products. They're awesome. So let's start out with what we're going to need at a show. Now, certainly I set up a beautiful display featuring a little bit of our makeup, a little bit of body care, as well as our skincare. But I don't go through all the products at a show. I want to keep it very simple, and I want to just introduce people. I'm going to show you what I got. I want to introduce people to the product line. So what I always do is I set up, I'm going to lift it up here, I set up a tray or a mirror with our basic set 2 products. So you'll have your cleanser, toner, moisturizer, our rejuvenating facial peel, as well as our eye gel. And I always feature it on a tray or a mirror on my display because it indicates to people that it's a set and that there's value to it and that it belongs together, and there's a lot of good things that come from featuring it that way on your display table. I also will have the mask very near it so that it shows that these are the products we're going to be using. Another tool that I have available is our BRI versus the competition brochure. I think it's a great way to explain the difference in our products and why our products are unique. I also have the prunes that are available that we're going to be talking about today as well, and when and how I feature those as well. So let's start out with the beginning of the show. So at the beginning of the show, I love to introduce what we're going to do and also have everybody introduce themselves to, so I can get to better know them, obviously, but I also want them to share their skincare issues, concerns, different things like that. And so that will help me customize the show for them. So here's an example of my intro. So hi everybody, welcome to Susie Hostess's show today. I'm so excited you're here. We are going to sample some of our finest BRI products, and we're going to do a facial. So what we're going to do, and I will hold up the tray, and I will, or point to it, and I'll say what we're going to do today is we're going to sample our cleanser, toner, moisturizer. We're also going to try a wonderful peel that's going to remove dead skin, and our eye gel, and we're going to have our mask as well. So we're going to have a wonderful time. You're going to learn how to keep good care of your skin, take good care of your skin, and at the end of the show, I'm going to be able to personally help you customize your skincare needs. So before we begin, I want to go around the room and have everybody introduce themselves. I'd love to know how you know Susie Hostess, as well as tell me something that's a concern or an issue for you with your skin. And perhaps it's something that you want to keep, something you want to get rid of, something you want to lift, bring down, whatever it might be. Share with me what that might be. So then we go around and everybody's introducing themselves, and I'm getting to know what they want, what's important to them. And I think that is very important in being able to deliver an effective show. So after the introductions, I will give a brief introduction of myself. And so here's something that I might say. I'd say, my name is Laurie Atwater. I met Susie Hostess through Sherry Hostess, or however. And I am just so excited. I just love sharing BRI products with you all and helping people with any type of skincare conditions or different things that can help improve your skin's look. My goal here is to help you have healthy, happy, luminescent skin. And so by showing you these products, I think you're really going to get a good feel for what our products can offer you. Now, I've been in direct sales. I've been in BRI actually for 4 years now. And like I said, I love helping people, but I also love helping people get their own business started. So watch what I do and see if you have any questions. We can talk about the business opportunity as well as being a hostess opportunity at the end of the show as well. So let's get started. I bet you're very anxious to learn about these products and try them. So let me just ask you, how many in the room have actually used BRI products or heard of them before? So show of hands. Okay. So now if there are people in the room that have tried the products, I step back and I want them to share about our products, not me. So if somebody in the room has used the products and they're always going to love them, so I let them talk about it. So what is your favorite product? What are you finding by using our products? Tell us more about your, what you're most impressed with. Ask some questions to stimulate some conversation. Another thing I like to ask the hostess during the beginning is, Susie, hostess, tell us, why did you want to have a show today? And she's going to say different things, and whatever she says, it's all good, and it actually helps you get future bookings. So it's important to ask her why she wanted to host a show today. She might say things like, well, I wanted to get free products, or I wanted to get together with my friends. I just wanted everybody to see these awesome products. But whatever she says is really important. So make sure you ask her too. Or if you have past hostesses in the room, what did you love about your show? Or, Joanne, tell us how many products what did you get for hostess credit at your show? Because she might just have a stellar show and she is selling everyone in the room the booking idea. So as we go through today's show, you're going to notice that I like to throw it back out there to the audience, to the guests, and have them help sell the products or help sell the booking or help sell the business. And you can do that and you can achieve that through asking questions. Okay? So next up now, what I want to do with the show is I want to tell people a little bit about why these products are different and why they're going to notice some effective differences. And so I will pull out the BRI versus the competition brochure, and I will say to them, let me just tell you a little bit about why BRI products are special and unique, and that you're going to absolutely end up loving them. So first and foremost, the base of our product is aloe vera. Now, how many of you in the room have used aloe vera or have an aloe vera plant? So show of hands. Okay. A lot of people have. And then I will say, what have you used aloe for? So a lot of people will say burns, and okay, good. And it helped heal and it felt great and it cooled. So awesome. Yes. So there's a lot of value, nutrient value, healing property values to aloe. So I know that you all are on board with that. And aloe has been around since biblical times or even before. So we know how timeless aloe is. So most product lines out there that you run into start out with a base of water. Now, there's nothing wrong with water. However, our skin is waterproof. And so when we are putting a product with water as a base on our skin, it can have a harder time absorbing into the skin and being effective. Now, with our BRI products, if you take any of our skincare products and you consider the base is 50 to 80% aloe, that's amazing. And then the rest of the ingredients are all those great botanicals and natural herbs and extracts that help heal your skin and have different performance assets to it. But think about that. Aloe is absolutely amazing. So when you look at this bottle of cleanser here, it is very, very concentrated because it's not diluted by any water, and it's very powerful and potent. So you guys all talked about how the value of what your experiences with aloe being healing and soothing and helping with burns and sunburns. Let me tell you this, did you know that aloe is naturally exfoliating? So it's amazing for healthy skin, smoothing out that skin. It's wonderful in our hair care products for a healthy scalp and healthy hair. Aloe is detoxifying, so it can pull out toxins from your skin, which is always a good thing. And aloe is hydrophilic. So hydrophilic means that it can absorb deep into the skin surface, way below the tissues, and help heal the skin from within. Now that makes an incredible product that we have. And so that's why even in just one time today, you are going to see and feel results. That's exciting, right? Yeah. So some of the other things, I'm going to pass out this brochure for you so you can take a peek at our product line and some of the differences. But some things that we won't see in our products would be mineral oil or parabens, sulfates, dyes, perfumes, things that can irritate your skin. So we just have the good stuff in there. And so I think you're really going to enjoy trying the BRI products. So enough about that. I bet you're very excited to get started. Yes? Yeah, okay. So today you can choose to do the facial on your face or the back of your hand. Either way, you're going to get a great feel for it. And the other thing I want to ask is I need one mask model. I'm going to be using this mask on one person today to show you what this can do. Who here would like to be my mask model? Okay, Jenny, great. Thank you so much for offering to do that. And so when we get to the mask, I will come over and help you out. Okay? All right, so let's get going, you guys. So up first is, whoops, excuse me. Up first is our cleanser, okay? And so I have two different cleansers for you to choose from, and this is always the first step in our facial to take care of our skin, remove makeup, dirt, oil, environmental pollutants, all that junk on your face. So it's very important. I'm going to come around and give you a little dollop, either for the back of your hand or for your face. Now, those of you that have sensitive or dry skin, I'm going to want you to try this pinkish colored cleansing lotion. Okay, so dry or sensitive skin, this is the one I want you guys to use. Everybody else is going to use the gel-based cleanser. Okay, so I'm going to come around and hand that out to you guys. All right, so then I'm going around, of course, and handing it out either on their hand or on their fingertips to apply on their skin. So once I've handed out all the cleansers to everybody and help them decide which one they need, and just so you know too, like if somebody is like, I don't know what I am, then I will just say, do you have any reactions or sensitivities to things? And if they do, then I always give them the sensitive, always, or the gentle cleansing lotion. That's just a good, safe option. So as they are putting the cleanser on, what I will do is I'm going to run to the sink with my disposable washcloths and get them warm and wet. And if I'm in an area, I'll keep talking to them and I'll say, now make sure that you guys are using upward circular motions. Anybody know why? And of course they're guessing and they guess gravity. And I'll say, yeah, we don't want it pulling down. I mean, push it up when you get a chance. And they laugh, they think it's great. So right away, they're engaged in having fun, but they're learning. And I think that's really important. So I will come back and I will hand each person a washcloth. And as I'm handing them out, I will ask them some questions because I still want them engaged in the facial and learning. So one of the questions I like to ask is, how many times a day should you be washing your face? And of course, they're guessing and it's fun. And I will say, we want to wash our face 2 times a day, once at night, once in the morning. Now, how many of you, and I want you to be honest, how many of you have ever gone to bed at night and skipped washing your face? Show of hands. And of course, I'm admitting it too. And I'll say, okay, all right, so me too. But here's the deal. Let me just tell you something. Every time you choose to skip washing your face at night, now it doesn't matter if you have makeup on or not, every time you choose to skip washing your face at night, your skin can age 2 to 7 days per time. Now I'm quiet because they're all talking to each other and they're like, oh my goodness, no wonder I look so old. They're all just commenting, and I want that to sink in. I want them to understand and share with each other that it's important to wash your face. Okay? So then I always tell them too, I think it's so funny, so I let them talk, and then I'll say, okay, so how many of you in the room, and you got to be honest again, have ever just splashed water on your face in the morning and called it good? And people will raise their hand, and I'll say, okay, so let me just tell you something that happens at night to our skin. So as we're resting, our skin is renewing skin cells, which is fabulous. We want that to happen. But it's also pushing up the old or the used skin cells, and they can become kind of toxic to our skin. They're icky sitting on there. We don't want them on there. Plus, we have bacteria from our pillowcase. We have sweat, oils, drool, and then everybody laughs. I'll say, yes, drool, yes. So I'm just being real with them. you know, they can relate to it. And so I'll say, so it's vitally important that you have a clean face in the morning and a clean face at night. So is everybody on board with me here that cleansing twice a day is important? And they're all shaking their head, yes, they get it. And I want them to get it so that they feel like taking care of your skin, there's value to it, and they know why they're doing it. All right. So what we're going to do next is we are going to get Jenny, our model, set up with our mask. Okay, so Jenny, well, what I'm going to do today is I'm only going to do half your face because I want everyone here, including you, to see what a remarkable difference this will make. Okay, so you good with that? And usually they are. Sometimes they get kind of crazy about it. And if they do, we can either do the other half later after we're done, or I can send home a mask packet with her, a little sample packet, so she can fix her face. But it's important that we do one person, I feel anyway, we do one person's face, half of it, and that will sell the mask, I promise. Not everybody has to try the mask to buy the mask. So what I'll do is I will take either a paper plate or a little bowl. I'll ask the hostess for a little bowl, and I will take one of our sponge wedges, and I will hold the plate under her chin or the bowl, and I will apply the mask using the sponge, upward strokes, okay? And so what I'm going to say about it is, before I put it on, what I say about the mask is this. I'll say, so this thing everybody is going to want because it will lift, tone, tighten, firm up your skin like crazy. It's going to leave a radiant finish. It's going to help refine the pores or suck them out, keeping them clean. It can help heal up acne, and it can help fade scars or age spots. It does it all. And you know what? Yes, it has the aloe in it, but it is loaded with seaweed, and seaweed is super healing and powerful. Okay, so you guys ready to see the mask and Jenny? Let's get started. So then I'll go over to Jenny. I will start applying the mask. And as I'm doing that, putting the upward strokes on, as I'm doing that, I will ask somebody in the room. I said, you know, I need somebody to be a timer here. Who has a stopwatch or on their clock or something that can time, or a watch that you can watch the time for us? I want them to time it. I want them involved with this process. So there's always somebody that's very willing to be our timer. And so I say, when I get done applying this to Jenny's face, would you please set the timer for 10 minutes and then just let us know when the time's up, okay? Okay, thanks. All right. So we have the mask on. And what I will do right away for Jenny is give her a mirror so she doesn't feel, you know, like, what's going on? She needs to know what's going on. She needs to know she doesn't look like the Green Goblin. She needs to just take it in and see the results as they progress. So one thing I always say to Jenny is I'll say, Jenny, you know what? I want you to keep smiling because as this dries, it's going to dry however your face is. And I know we're going to make you laugh in a little bit. And so I just want you to be already smiling, okay? That's kind of fun. So Jenny is processing with the mask. We've got the timer set. And so what I will say is, okay, so here we go. So we've cleansed and we are getting the mask on Jenny. Now the rest of you, I want you to try our next product. This is our rejuvenating facial peel. It is for your face to remove dead skin very gently, very effectively. Today, I want you to sample it on the back of one of your hands because I want you to be able to hold up both of your hands when we're done and compare the difference. It's absolutely remarkable. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around and give you just a little dollop of this facial peel on the back of your hand. Spread it around in a thin layer. Don't rub it in. Just spread it around in a thin layer. Let it sit. Smell it because it's going to be gorgeous. And it's going to take about 30 seconds or so for it to process. All right, so you guys ready? And then I'll come around with the spatula, you know, one of our spatulas, and I will dip in and give them just a little dollop on their hand so that they can spread a thin layer. Probably maybe the size of a little bigger than a pea, I suppose. Just a nice little dollop, so not too thin, but not too thick. You know how that goes. So I'm handing this out to them, and I will say, hey, let me just tell you a little bit about dead skin. Now we all have it on our skin, like it or not. Kind of lines up, dead skin kind of lines up like shingles on a roof. So obviously not very pretty and smooth, right? But also plugging up the pores. And our pores have got to breathe and be open in order to be healthy. So, you know, there's not a lot of value to dead skin, and there's a lot of value to getting it off. What's nice about this peel is there's no granules in it. So it's effective and gentle enough for all skin types, which makes it wonderful. Now, and so I'm still passing it around, they're still rubbing it in, and I'll say, so you guys, I just got to ask you something. What color do you think dead skin is? I'll let them guess. And, you know, they usually say gray or whatever, white. And I'll say, yeah, for sure, for sure. You know, I've seen ash color come off of people. I have seen brown, black, dark gray. I've even seen green come off of people. So when we get the dead skin off your hand, do not be alarmed with the color. Just get it off. And then they laugh. So I've handed it out. It looks like it's about ready to, you know, when it looks liquidy, I'll say when it looks kind of watery, you're ready to go. So I want you to rub your hand around like this and tell me what you get. Now I'm quiet again, and they're engaged, and they're, ew, gross, what is that? And somebody else will say, that's your dead skin, really? You know, they just go back and forth, and I let them have that conversation because they are engaged in the show and in the learning process and the trying process. So then I will confirm after everybody has their little talk, and I'll say, yep, you're right, that is dead skin. Get it off. It's a really good gross. So they're rubbing it around, and I'll say, just keep rubbing it. Let's get it all off, and then you can wipe it off when you're done. So then, you know, we're commenting. I'm walking around the room looking, and, you know, we're just engaging in this peel product. Very fun. So what's going to happen then is they're going to use their washcloth that they use to wipe their face or clean their face or their hand, and they're going to wipe it off. And so I'll tell them, go ahead and wipe it off with your washcloth, and I'll come around and collect those. And I'll come around usually, like, you know how a hostess will have paper plates out? I'll go around and collect those plates or those washcloths from everybody on a plate and then just get rid of it. But what we'll be saying here is after they're wiping it off, I'll say, no, I really want you guys to put your two hands together and tell me what you see. Then I'm quiet again. I don't want to be telling them what they're going to see because they're going to observe it. I want them to experience what they're seeing and share it with each other because they can sell the product just as well as I can by sharing their results. So what we're going to do then is, so I'm like, okay, so what do you guys notice? Tell me what you see. And they're looking at their hands. And then, you know what they're going to say. It looks smoother. It looks brighter. It looks younger. It's a different color. It's so soft. But I'm letting them say it. And they're selling it to each other. And I just smile and watch them. You're right. You're right. You're right. Isn't that awesome? So after they've had a chance to talk to each other about it, they're excited. They cannot believe the difference between the two hands. Then I will say, imagine what this would feel like on your face. It's awesome. And if somebody in the room has it, then I let them have it. Talk, tell, share what your experiences are. So we spend a lot of time on the peel, but I think it's really important because it's one of our most impressive products that show immediate results. So, okay, so then I look over at our timer person. I'll say, hey, how much time do we have left? And usually, I don't know why, but I've got this timed out to, the peel is taken up about 7 minutes. So usually the timer will say, we have a few, 3 minutes left. And I'll say, great. So, and then I'll check in with Jenny, the mask model. Jenny, how you doing? Wow, you guys, look at her. Can you believe this? Look at these differences. What do you notice? And people are remarkable. I mean, they're already just so amazed at the remarkable results, and I let them say it. They'll say, wow, that one side looks so much higher. It's so awesome. It's, your eyebrows higher, your nose is higher, cheekbone, whatever. Let them say it. Let them notice. They're excited now to see the results. And we only have 3 minutes left, so it's really exciting. I'll say, okay, Jenny, well, just in 3 minutes, we're going to take it off. So, okay, you're good? Yep. Okay, great. Hey, as long as I've got 3 minutes to kill, let's talk a little bit about being a hostess like Susie tonight, because it is so awesome to be a BRI hostess. Here's why. Any of you in the room like free products? Yeah? Okay, well, let me just tell you something here. So tonight we're shooting for a qualified show for Susie, and that means that we have at least $300 in orders and at least 5 orders, which is no problem. We've got 8 people here today, and we need at least 1 booking to give her that full credit. But I know that you all each want to share BRI with some people that are not here today. But you can think of some people that have skincare issues or problems, acne, rosacea, psoriasis, eczema, people that would really benefit from learning about and trying these products. But you can think of some people, and I'm shaking my head yes, and they're going yes, and I'll say great. So let's talk after the show about your own get-together, and whether it's a big thing or a little thing, whatever, it doesn't matter. But what will happen is every single one of you that books a show can give Susie, hostess, an additional $75 shopping spree on top of our amazing hostess program already. And I'm quiet because they're like, wow, that is crazy. And they're kind of looking around the room, adding it up. That's a lot of $75 shopping sprees. And I'll say what's really cool with Susie having a qualified show today, which we're all going to do and do our best to help her have, because it's a group effort, right? What we're going to do is we are going to, or what's going to happen is an average hostess would receive $200 in products, some half-priced items, and the hostess special this month is, and fill in the blank. So people are like, wow, it's really valuable to be a hostess with BRI. I mean, I love this stuff already. I want it, so then, okay. So now the 3 minutes is probably up, and the timer will have gone off, and the timer will say, hey, time up. I'll say, okay, great. So let me get a washcloth for Jenny. And then I go and get her a washcloth, a fresh one, disposable one, and then she's washing off her face. Okay, so as she's doing that, I don't want everybody staring at her because it's kind of weird, and she's kind of like, am I getting it off? So you want her to feel comfortable with it. So what I'm doing is I'm using that time, maybe a minute, to just share quickly about the business. It's a great time to sprinkle in something. And so I'll say, while Jenny's washing off her mask, I just want to share with you guys how much I love my job. I get 2 free vacations a year. I have my free Nissan Rogue out there in the driveway. Did anybody see that when they came in? The white one? That's a free BRI car that I earned in 6 months. But I love my job. I get to work when I want to work. I get to earn whatever I want to earn. And I get to drive around in a free car and have vacations. Sound too good to be true? It's not. It's not. I love helping women get started in this business and learning more about seeing if this is a right fit for you. So let's talk afterwards. And if you've been thinking, or maybe you haven't, I invite you to think about it. Okay? All right. So Jenny, it looks like you got the mask off. Yes? So would you be willing, Jenny, to walk around the room and just show everybody your face? Or if we're sitting at a kitchen table, and just turn your head. But whatever, I'm asking her if she's willing to do that. And of course she is, but just want her to feel good about it. So as Jenny's coming around, you guys, I want you to tell us what differences you see. What do you notice? And I'm quiet again. And they are saying it all. Same stuff I would have said. It looks so much smoother. It looks fresher. It looks healthy. It glows. It's lifted. It's, I mean, they're going to say everything that I would say. Let them say it. Let them sell it to each other. So Jenny goes around the room. She's feeling good. She's like, no way. You guys notice all that? Yeah. Okay, this is awesome. So then she sits down, and I'll say, thank you, Jenny, so much for being our mask model. And like I said, either I will allow her to, if she's really into it and wants her other side adjusted, or I will send her a facial mask home, a sample packet, or just even give her a lipstick pen. But thank her for being our model. I want her to feel special. All right. So What I'd like to do at this point in the facial is to recap what we've done so far, because we've used 3 products and we only have 3 left. And so a lot of people want to know, where are we in the show process? You know, how much are we here for another 3 hours? Is it almost over? What's going on? So I will typically just grab the products that we've used so far and I will tell them, so far this is what we've done. We have cleansed, we have masked, and we have used our facial peel. Okay, so all 3 of these products are about removing things from our skin, which is very, very important, and we have to remove stuff. But when we remove things from our skin, we're also removing essential oils from our skin, you know, and we're kind of disrupting the balance, the pH balance of our skin, because we've stripped it of everything that it had. And that's fine, we have to do it. But what's really important, so those 3 things are about removing things. The last 3 products we're trying today are all about putting things back into our skin, because we've removed, now we're putting them back. And here's what we're going to do. We are going to tone, we're going to moisturize, and we're going to use our amazing eye gel to replenish and hydrate and put things back into our skin. Okay, so we're almost done. Now people totally know where we're at with stuff, and they're good with it, because they're like, okay, because I'm ready to shop already, I'm super impressed, and let's get the show on the road. So here's what I'm going to do. So let me grab my other toner. All right, so our next step in the process is to use a freshener or a toner. Who in the room knows what a toner does? And I'll let them answer, and usually they say tightens pores. You know, but you just let them be a part of the show. And I'll say, well, actually what a toner or freshener does helps to rebalance your skin, because it's kind of been whacked out from being washed or masked or peeled. But also it helps to lightly replenish your skin with vital nutrients. It helps to hydrate gently. And it also helps to calm things down, and it can kill any leftover bacteria. So toning and freshening is really an important step here in our facial process. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around with our 2 different toners. For those of you that have, you know, real oily skin or oily breakout skin, I'm going to have you use this green toner. And everybody else, we're going to use the pink freshener. Okay. This is my spray. And whether you've done your hand or not, we're going to do your hand too. But we're also going to, if you want to mist on your face, wonderful, because it's just refreshing and feels so good. Okay, so then I'll go around and I will spray everybody. Super fun, part of the show. And I'm quiet, because they are going to say things like, wow, does that smell good? Or, oh, that feels awesome. Let them sell it to each other again, the experience. All right, so everybody's balanced now, right? We're all good? Okay, so the last step in our facial is to hydrate. And we're going to use a moisturizer to hydrate, and then an eye gel to hydrate. And so why do you think we need 2 different products to moisturize our face? One for the eyes and one for the face. Why do you think that is? Somebody inevitably will guess, you know, because the eye area is more delicate. I'll say, yes, you're so right. You know, do you guys know we only have about 11 layers of skin here around our eyes? We have 36 here. We also have, you know, we don't have as many oil glands here, so things, when they dry up, they cave in, crinkle up. That's how dark circles appear, bags, wrinkles, crepiness. You know, if things aren't hydrated properly, it will do those things, and we don't want that. We want healthy, hydrated skin here, so it's plump and firm, right? Who's on board with that? Of course, they're, you know, yes. Before I share any moisturizer with you, I want to just demonstrate a point using our prunes, because I think it's important that you understand why BRI's moisturizers are very different than anything else out there. So here in the jars, I have 2 prunes. In this prune here is a prune in mineral oil. In this jar is a prune in aloe juice. Now, let me explain this. So the prune in mineral oil is still the same size, right? You guys see that? Yeah. Okay. So What this is doing, this oil here, is coating and suffocating this prune. Now remember when I talked about aloe being hydrophilic? Remember in the beginning, and it can absorb deep into the skin surface? That's what's done here to this prune. It almost looks like a plum again because it's so plump and healthy. This is healthy skin. This is what you want happening. So let me give you a demonstration of the mineral oil. I'm going to pass it around. And I'll pass it around and I'll say, how many of you have ever put lotion on before and you felt like, ew, I got to wipe off my hand before I touch something because it feels so greasy? And then, everybody's like, yes. And I'll say, if you look on the back of the ingredients from that lotion bottle, you're going to see mineral oil or petrolatum in the ingredient list, right at the top, actually, or one of the ingredients on the top. I'll say, do you know where mineral oil comes from? And a lot of times they'll say minerals, and I'll say, oh, I wish it came from minerals, but no, it actually comes from petroleum. After they take out the gas and the oil, it's the leftover stuff. And many cosmetic skincare companies will put it in their formulas because it gives that greasy feel. And you think, we think in our minds that that's what it's doing something. But what it's doing is it's sitting on the surface, being greasy, and kind of just sealing what you have. It's suffocating your skin. So you can see the importance of aloe and how it's hydrophilic, and it can absorb deep in and expand and hydrate and create healthy skin, right? Okay. So the first thing I want to distribute is our eye gel, and then I'll come around with a moisturizer for the rest of your face. So this is our eye gel. Now I know earlier some of you mentioned that dark circles were a concern for you, or bags. Yes? Okay. And I also heard just firmness, wrinkles, right? So we want to target all those areas. This eye gel is going to do that. It has cucumber in it for a healing, soothing effect. Puffy eyes, it's fabulous. Throw this in the fridge in the morning if you suffer from allergy eyes. It's just amazing. It also has the aloe in it, and it's very hydrating, but it's in a formula that will absorb nicely and deeply into the skin, healing it. And then we have a peptide in here to tighten and firm things up, which is really good. So I'm going to come around, I'm going to give you a little dot, and again, I'm using the spatula, and I'm going to instruct them. I want you guys just to use your ring fingers, okay? And then just gently blot all the way around your eye. And I show them, I'm physically showing them what to do. And I'll say, I don't want anybody pulling or tugging. Remember, 11 layers there, that's not a lot. So they're all on board with, just being gentle. So use your ring fingers. Why do you think we use our ring fingers? Because it's our weakest finger, but again, they're engaged. They're like, oh, it's our weakest finger. And they're the ones educating us. And it's a really feel-good thing. So they're putting it on. And as they're putting it on, I'm reminding them again to gently pat. And then I'll say, I bet you can start to feel some cooling sensation, some hydration, firming. And they will. But I help them identify that. And they're excited about it. So we're putting that on. Okay, and then what we're doing is I'll say the very last step of our facial today is to moisturize our skin, the rest of our skin. Moisturizer is very, very important. No matter what type of skin you have, our skin still needs a moisturizer. It also creates this protective barrier on our skin to help us shield from the elements of the day. So I have 3 different ones for you to choose from. And again, you guys, you can use, if you just have the gentle moisturizer, then just use that, okay? I use whatever I have handy. So today in my kit, this is what I have. I have the aloe jelly, I have the intense moisture cream, and I have the gentle moisturizer. So I will hold them up, and this is what I'm going to say. So I have 3 of them for you to choose from today, depending on your skin type. For those of you that might have more oily skin or acne breakout skin, I want you to use our aloe jelly. Not only is this a first aid kit in a bottle for like cuts, burns, bruises, you name it, but it also is our moisturizer for our oily acne skin. Okay, so if you have that type of skin, try this one. For those of you that have very severe dry skin, this is a really rich, creamy, thick moisturizer that you're going to love. if you have that really dry, parched skin. This is our Intense Moisture Cream. Everybody else, I want you to use our Gentle Moisturizer. It's wonderful. Okay, so I'm gonna come around, I'm gonna give you a little dollop, and then I want you to just apply it gently in upward strokes. And I wanna see how you feel. Now, a lot of times people ask, don't you add in the water? I don't. I don't at my show because I think it's too many things going on at once. When they purchase the set or the moisturizer, I will instruct them at that time to add a little water to it and move it around. I think this is a lot of information for a new person to take in, and I don't want to overwhelm them with, oh, you got to do this, and then you got to do that, and then, you know, there will be time to instruct them on that. So here's the most important part of the show. They're rubbing it in. They're feeling how great it is. They're always saying stuff like, oh, it smells so good. It feels so great. Letting them do it. And I'm just smiling at them. I'm just waiting. And then they look at me and I'll say, okay, so tell me how your skin feels. Or if you did your hands, what do you notice? What do you see? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Tell me. I'm so excited to hear. And of course, again, they talk to each other. They're selling each other. I can't believe it. It's such a difference. It's so smooth. It's so nice. It feels like a baby's bottom, they say. So I think it's really important to let them experience what they just experienced and let them comment on it. Women love to talk, so let them. All right, so I'm just enjoying hearing the results. They're selling it to each other. And then when I feel like it's time, I will say to them, so I bet you're ready to get shopping, okay? Now I wanna just remind you guys that we have a lot of products. We have skincare, hair care, body care, makeup, healthcare. We've got a lot of things for you to look at. Today we just did our skincare. So be thinking about what kind of show you would like to have, because we can do makeup, we can do health, we can do anti-aging clinic, we can do a foot soak, we can do all kinds of great things to try more products. Now, do you see how that's a really good booking statement? Because now they're thinking, man, I get to pick, I get to choose what we do. They're excited. So I always say to them, before I hand out the catalogs, I want to just recap what we did today. Now, this is a really important step. Please don't skip it because it's so important. Because I've just filled their heads with a lot of information. And they've experienced a lot of products, 6 products, and they're all doing something different. And for somebody that's new to skincare, that's a lot. So we want to create an easy way to think about what they just did. We don't want them to think, oh man, I got to do 5 products every day. Because it really, you know, it only takes a couple minutes in the morning, a couple minutes at night. So it's important to point out and recap what we did. So again, I will grab my tray or my mirror that my products are on. I don't hold it up this close, obviously, but it'll be in front of me. And I'll say to them, let me just recap what we did today so that you have a real good understanding of our skincare. So I'm going to feature here our basic set 2. This is what most of my customers start with because it is the best value. You save almost $20 off the top by getting it as a set, but you also will receive free shipping, which is another $6.75, and you get a sample of your choice. So that's pretty cool. It's a great value. And what you get in this basic set is you get your cleanser, toner, and moisturizer in your skin type. So we'll figure that out at checkout, what's best for you. You're also going to get the glorious eye gel. Remember that? Oh, so wonderful and soothing. And then also you get the rejuvenating facial peel for removing all that dead skin. Remember all that? Okay. So this is our basic set 2, and it sells for only $106.95. Then I'm quiet, because there are people in the room thinking that is a steal of a deal. I let people talk at this point because some people will say, you know, I pay that for almost 1 product. So I let them absorb that this is an incredible deal. And then I'll say, you know what? And here's the big bonus. So there's even more, you know, like a TV commercial. But wait, there's more. So I will say, you know what? There's even a bonus to this. Because we have no water in our products, everything is highly concentrated. This skincare set should last months. Okay, so it's really going to last a long time. So what a great deal. So this is our basic set 10 in the catalog. I want you to flip to that page right away so you can see our sets. A lot of people want the mask too that Jenny had. And we all look at Jenny and the results and they're reminded of, oh my goodness, that was a great product. So I will say to them, a lot of people want the mask that Jenny tried. So just for 135 bucks, you get all of these. So again, I'm quiet again. I want them to feel that value. Wow, react, and they do. So don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid to be quiet. Okay, because I know it's scary at first until you get used to it, but it's a good thing to be quiet and let it absorb. All right, so that's what I do, and then I tell them. So I hand out the catalogs. I'll say flip to page 10 or whatever page it is on the basic set 2. Be sure to check out our sets. We also have an essential set, which gives you and saving you $50. So really think about that set as well, because I want you guys to get the best deal for the best, most complete skincare set. So, and then what I'll do is I'll say, okay, you guys, I'm going to go and set up over here at the kitchen table, but tell them where you're going to be and that you're available to help them when they're ready to pick out and customize their own skincare set or whatever, you know, or answer any questions. All right. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, is just kind of a recap of how I present our products, our 6 products at a show, how you do a facial show, how you demonstrate it, some wording tips, some booking tips, some demo tips, and just in hopes that it helps you have the most effective show performance that you can. And remember, this is, you know, it's a process. I have done hundreds of shows, so the words do roll off my tongue. But when you're just starting out or you're just learning some of these skills, give yourself some time, be patient with yourself, and sharpen things along the way. So a couple things I want to point out to you is this. When you're preparing for your own show, notice that I didn't get into a lot of ingredients. In fact, the only ingredients I talked about were aloe, and I talked about cucumber in the eye gel, remember, and a peptide. I think those are the only 3 ingredients that I mentioned today. And consultant, oftentimes you are really interested and want to and anxious to learn more about ingredients and be this product ingredient specialist, but you don't have to be. So just take that pressure off yourself. And the best training you could possibly do for yourself is to use the products and get them on as many people as you can, so that you develop some stories and experiences, feels of what these products can do, and that will help you give the best performance. The other thing that I'm going to say to you is people really only care about 3 things about each product. They want to know, what is the product, what's in it for me, and how do I use it? So what is it, what's in it for me, and how do I use it? So if you remember, I'm just going to recap this quick. You remember when I took out the eye gel, I said, here's what this is going to do for you. This is our wonderful and glorious eye gel. And what it's going to do is it's going to help with any of the saggy bags, firm up any lines, crepiness, and it's going to help hydrate this area so you have healthy skin. All you do to use it is we're just going to use the ring fingers or fingertips and gently pat all the way around. Okay, so we want to be as gentle as we can. And that's all I said about this, other than the cucumber and peptide. But try to keep it simple. You know, we can overload people with way too much information, and they don't need all that information to make a good, informed decision about using our products. Remember to recap, feature the basic set 2. It's huge. It helps you. It helps your hostess. And you know what? It benefits your customer to have that complete set. It's the best value you can offer. So feel confident in doing that. Okay? So that's what I have for you today. Good luck. Have fun. And we'll see you on the next video. Thanks, you guys, for joining.